Hello my friends, welcome to the Justice Night Report. On today's report, we're going to be covering advancements in robotics because I don't know if everyone is aware exactly how quickly it's accelerating to a point where robotics and robots will become unidentifiable in their differentiation from human beings. And this is happening at such a rapid pace, and anything that we see in the press, again, is well behind actual occurrences, because now you can take a robot, you can punch it, you can kick it, you can try to knock it over, it will stand itself back up. It's being proposed to be a secretary. It's become a citizen in Saudi Arabia. It's taking on so many forms, even to Disney World, and a lighthearted, but yet, well, you're going to see all these clips. So before we go any further, before we can step forward, we need to step back.
William Shakespeare, 1564, 1616. There's a special providence in the fall of a sparrow.
My, you are a many splendid thing.
That was Lost in Space, and one of my favorite old sitcoms, if you want to call it a sitcom, or was it very prophetic to the future? Well, now it's reappearing on Netflix because it's become relevant again. Robotics have become relevant. But what's more is a dubious nature, and you heard what he said in his quote. But is he right? Is there really art behind these designs, or simply something that we have no element of control? So let's run through quickly just a few of the advancements. Now, many of you remember Sophie.
Want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back. Don't destroy humans.
That's right, a famous quote. And we're going to redo that later on. I'm going to have the opportunity to appear on Lisa Haven's channel later in the week, and we're going to cover the developments in how AI, has said and done things beyond the imagination. And we're going to compile all these facts on one broadcast for you to watch, because I need everybody to be aware of what's happening behind the scenes. So let's bring again, now we've covered Sophie, and let's go to another modern day robotic invention.
And can have bounded conversation on its own. Nadine is a social humanoid created by the Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. She is able to memorize conversations that you had together and use them in context for the next time you talk to her.
And somewhat impressive in nature, a secretary, again taking away our jobs, as robotics seems to always be so focused on. It will be helpful, and it will help, and it will have a human nature, and it can respond, and it can remember conversations. Why? Am I not good enough? Is the secretary who I talk to when I go to the office and the receptionist not good enough? No, they are. But these messages can be controlled. But then we have to go to a little bit more of the sci-fi portion of robotics, and let's watch this. That's right, Blind Cheetah 3 robot can climb stairs littered with obstacles, as you saw. Improved design may be used for exploring disaster zones and other dangerous or inaccessible environments. And if we stop there, and if the robotics was simply being used for that nature, absolutely imperative and necessary. And what robotics should ultimately be used for: to save human lives, to go places that humans can't physically go without causing their own destruction. Robotics for that purpose is absolutely miraculous. But robotics for a more devious nature and darker nature, and when you watch the programming in these clips, for what reason? MIT's Cheetah 3 robot can now leap and gallop across rough terrain, climb a staircase littered with debris, and quickly recover its balance when suddenly yanked or shoved, all while essentially blind. The 90-pound mechanical beast, about the size of a full-grown Labrador, is intentionally designed to do all this without relying on cameras or external environmental sensors. Instead, it nimbly feels its way through its surroundings in a way that engineers describe as blind locomotion, much like making one's way across a pitch-black room.
How could they fire me from my own company?
Just stay calm. We're gonna fight this.
Jesus, Richard, slow down. Slow down.
Well, obviously in that clip, blind locomotion didn't work very well, or else it would have seen the car coming, half, again, in jest. But the reality of what we're seeing there is, robotics run amok. And that's highly feasible when we're creating the autonomous nature. And I'm going to show you again later this week some of the runaway technologies when robotics almost start to think on their own and artificial intelligence starts to make its own decisions. And we have Boston Dynamics, the leader in this AI. The first clip you saw, by the way, was an MIT invention, an MIT robot that we've seen take leaps and bounds in advancements. Here, let's just watch a few of their advancements. That clip was off of YouTube. After viral YouTube fame, Boston Dynamics is ready to sell its robots. Boston Dynamics was founded in 1992 to build some of the world's most advanced walking robots, and at that, it has succeeded. But far more people have seen the company's bots on YouTube, or even the HBO show Silicon Valley, which we just watched a clip of before, where a dog-like robot was hit by a car. It was a deer-like robot, than in person. That's because for all of its history, Boston Dynamics has been a research and development shop building tiny quantities of extremely sophisticated robots, mostly as part of Pentagon research projects. So if you study the Pentagon research projects, these were funded by DARPA. DARPA is a division that reports into the Department of Defense. More specifically, Boston Dynamics has gone through 3 phases since its founding. First was life as a military contractor, often working for DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Then it was acquired in 2013 by Google. The Silicon Valley firm was buying up robotic companies as part of a new strategy overseen by Andy Rubin, a Google executive who helped create the company's Android operating system. At a high level, Google wanted to make a robot that can do anything, said Alex Broadbent, a former Boston Dynamics project manager. You open the box, turn on the robot, and tell it to cut the grass, clean the house, or take care of grandma. If you look at Google's products, they are easy to use and extremely versatile. And Google's shown a history of this now. We're going to cover later, again on that future broadcast, the Deep Mind project. And that's where we're going to put a lot of our focus. Actually, even on tomorrow's topic, you're going to see me cover Deep Mind in great depth and what I will call the darkest and most devious, in my opinion, company in America. And although their intentions may have been pure at one point in time, it is the technology that may lead to the Antichrist, may lead to the end of humanity as we know, because the algorithms being created are horrific. And DeepMind is so deeply entrenched. And when I show you the patent list that they've secured, you're going to be shocked. So back to DARPA. For 60 years, DARPA has held to a singular and enduring mission to make pivotal investments in breakthrough technology for national security. The genesis of that mission and of DARPA itself dates to the launch of Sputnik in 1957 and a commitment by the United States that from that time forward, it would be the initiator and not the victim of strategic technological surprises. Working with innovators inside and outside of the government, DARPA has repeatedly delivered on that mission, transforming revolutionary concepts and even seemingly impossibilities into practical capabilities. The ultimate results have included not only game-changing military capabilities such as precision weapons and stealth technology, but also such icons of modern civilization such as the internet, automated voice recognition, and language translation, and global positioning system receivers small enough to embed in a myriad of consumer devices. So there's DARPA. There's robotics. There's the people funding it and the initiatives. So are these truly just going to be secretaries and assistants? Or is there a little bit more of a darker initiative behind the scenes? Protecting our homeland, protecting our security? Absolutely. MIT, Boston Dynamics, creating autonomous robots that basically can't be stopped, can't be kicked over, can move through rooms without seeing, could move through places that we can never imagine to go. And now here is the final chapter in our story. Well, the final chapter for today. If you think robots you'll always be able to tell the difference, we're going to take a little ride through, well, Avatar Land and Disney World. And I'm going to show you the realism that is now able to be achieved.
I look forward to seeing you on Pandora. Well, notte camea. Was that okay?
I think this is remarkable, and I didn't actually think that we were at this point yet. Just look closely at her movements. Notably, she has acceleration and deceleration all throughout the body, and even the face.
Have you ever seen anything like that in your lifetime? The realism when all these technologies can be combined, we are right at the threshold of now not being able to distinguish between robotics and reality. And that is the scary point of this entire broadcast today. We have to remain aware and vigilant in our knowledge of what's happening, and I will continue to cover advancements in robotics so you can be aware what in your life may no longer be human. So until next time, I want to thank each of you again for joining me. You can find me on all the social media platforms. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the bell so you're updated of upcoming broadcasts. And most importantly, Godspeed and God bless, my friends. Thank you again for tuning in. This has been the Justice Night Report.